Hi and welcome to today's video where I've got a much delayed update in my main project plan to use 15 items in 2025. So this is where I have 15 items at any one time because I felt doing 25 and 25 was just too much for me and the video would be too long. So basically, as I've either used a product up or reached a goal, I can roll the item out and put another item into the project. But can I say sorry for the delay? I will do a video talking about it. It's nothing serious, but I'm just sorry for the delay and the break in videos. Yeah, I'm back at the moment. So, and I can say thank you for bearing with me and for your good grace in allowing me to this break. But thank you, like I say, for coming back. And hello to anyone who's new. So like I say, I'll go through the items in front of me. I've got them in a random order today. But the first one is the Aussie Sensational Protecting Mist. So this is a replacement product. I'm up to there. Now I have to admit, I use this if I straighten my hair. I've been so busy, I've not done that at all in the last month. So that was where it was at the bottom of this, at the last update. So I'm hoping to, carry on using it, but I wouldn't be too upset if I don't because I've already finished the goal on one hair item. Likewise, this is my either second or third fragrance in this project. I think it's second perhaps. I started, I think there, but I can't remember, maybe it was up there. But I did start it this year and this is where I am up to. I don't know if you can see there. So this is a lovely floral fragrance. Now this is from Aldi. The bottle has changed in shape and the cap has changed slightly. Now I don't think they have number 11 in at the moment, which is peony, but they do have some other fragrances which are supposed to be dupes, I think, of the Jo Malone colognes. But this is particularly lovely and I use this of an evening. The next item is by Mercier and it is the Pure Canvas Primer. So I'll take a look at my notes on that. I've redone them because I had original notes and they're all over the place, so I've redone it today. So for the primer, last time I was 38 gram, that's what the weight was. It's now 31 gram. So there isn't much in it. There's a bit of air, so I don't know whether it will last all the way through to August. It might do, and it may be out by September perhaps. I think it may be good for adding a bit of moisture, but I moisturise extremely well, so it doesn't do an awful lot for me, but it didn't detrimentally affect my makeup either. So yeah, it's going is all I can say, and I can't say I'm hate panning it. It's okay. Then I have my It Cosmetics CC cream, and this is the oldest one that I've had many years in all honesty, but I only started it recently. It had never been used. So this is the original Fair, which is no longer around. They've changed it to a more orangey colour. This was slightly more beige. So I've cut into it because once the pump it's an airless pump, so basically about the bottom third is left in, you can't get it out. So I opened it up, used it, put it in a little container, and that's all gone. And the reason I've cleaned it out is I do store all my used makeup for a roundup at the end of the year, and it just gets so messy. All previous years when I've used similar products, it's just got so messy everywhere with all my other products, so I've cleaned it out, but I have finished it all up, got every last bit out. So, and it's only been finished in the last week or so. So I'm putting in its place one that I've used in another project. I didn't finish it up. This is by Yensa and it's the BB foundation. So it's a BB and CC cream with SPF 40. Now this is only sold in the UK at QVC, but I think QVC are discontinuing because everything is on, or all the foundation products are on sale, and most of the shades are gone. So yeah, I think they're on the way out from the UK unless we end to link in with another company or open a shop in the UK online, which they're not doing. You can buy it if you import from America, I think. So at the moment, this is coming in, let me just get the weight, at 47 grams. So I will use this alongside other foundations. I'm not going to solely focus on this, but it is a lovely foundation. stroke BB cream, stroke CC cream. Then I have here from Charlotte Tilbury the Pillow Talk Beauty Light Wand. This is in medium. So this is a dark rust colour, I would say. So the weight on this is, let me just get this, 17 gram. It was 18 gram last time, so I've used a gram. I use it mainly with this product, which I'll talk about next. It's fine, but quite dark. I've had to use it more as a blush topper rather than a highlighter, but it would be good for rich toned skin. So anyway, on to my blush, which I was using, my blusher. It is Rocketeur from Benefit, which is long discontinued. This is a travel size that I got in a set, and this is where I'm up to. So there is steady progress. I think I'm on track for finishing it this year, but I'm using it alongside other blushes. I'm not solely focusing on that one. Now for lipsticks, I did have in this old lipstick queen packaging a Maybelline Dusty Rose lipstick. That is all gone. It's a matte, but it's one that's got a lot of slip. So it's one of my, I don't like matte finishes, but of all the mattes, this is a preferable type because it's not drying and it does give slip to the lips. I don't like anything that doesn't allow movement between the lips. I don't like anything that's painted on. So this is all gone, and what I've put in its place was what hadn't been used, and I've had it about 18, maybe a year. It hasn't been that long, but it is an old product, and it's the NYX Turned Up. So this is in a long thin tube because it is quite greasy and it's quite fragile. That's why they put them in long thin tubes. It wouldn't tolerate being in a standard bullet, but this is it. So it's a beige. I've got it on my lips at the moment. So this was brand new when I put it in some weeks ago because I finished that shortly after the last update that I finished the lipstick. So this is where I'm up to, and I am using other lipsticks at the moment as well. So I do have on here where I was at the start of July. That's where I was, and if I put this up to it, I have actually used quite a lot. I've used a few mil. I don't know if it's going to show. Yeah. I don't know if you can see there. So I have used quite a few mil on this. It's fairly easy to use because it isn't particularly long lasting. But I do like it. But it was, again, because it was probably made a long time ago, not that it's been in my collection long, whoops, that I want to finish it off. And I am enjoying it. I do like the lipstick. Then I have got a corresponding lip gloss. Now this is in peach and it's by Studio 10. I'm not sure if they're still around, but I put this in new and it was up to there last month, and I did try and mark it, but it's not been great. But that's where I'm up to now, just above, a few mil above the Studio. So I hope to get similar progress next month. It's quite a thick gloss. It lasts quite a while, and it's a pearlized shimmery finish, which is my preference, and I do like peach. So I'm really enjoying this product at the moment. Then for colour corrector, I've got my Charlotte Tilbury, which I bought in February, and this is in number 2 medium, which I use because it's more of an orangey peach, which is better for counteracting purple to black under eyes, and mine are very dark. So I've made steady progress on this. This is where I'm up to. I use it every time I wear makeup, which I've not worn makeup about 3 times since the last update, and that's because I've just had too much to do and I've not been able to put my makeup on. It's not been appropriate, but other than that, I have worn makeup most of the time, and I always use this, and I use it under the eye and also on this eye high up in particular, because I've got a lot of veins, because I have high translucency in my skin. So that's where we're up to. I'm pleased with that one. Then moving on to bronzer, this was also an extra product because I used something else up. This is my second bronzer. Now, it hasn't progressed since the last upgrade date in terms of this, because I scraped out a third, because once you roll it up, you can't roll it back down. It's melted. Despite it being new, it melted. And I put the product a third into here. Now, can you see? There's very little left. Now, I mix it with some pinky white lightener, and I use it more of an outer perimeter contour. So in the next couple of days, I'm going to have to remix. And what I will do is I will push up roughly another third and put it into that pot. And I'm going to see if I might be able to finish this as a second bronzer, technically bronzer, this year. So the only thing in mixing it up with the white, its scent of Terry chocolate orange or an orange chocolate is diminishing a bit when mixed, but it's still there a little. But I am able to use it. It's just a bit, the tone isn't quite right for me, but I'm able to make it work. I'm sure it would be, I mean, it is an odd colour bronzer. It is quite odd, and I daren't, like I say, I daren't push it up because it's a mushy mess. I would suggest you go and try it in person rather than buy it online. I bought it online. Perhaps I should have gone for the lighter one, but it was a bit more greenish in tone. Then I have from MAC my contour. Now I have done quite a bit of progress on that. It had already hit pan. It's a very old product, but that's all I have left now. So I use that there, and I've also used it to carve out the eye socket as a contour for the eye. Because I always put a matte down, and this works extremely well on the eye. It is quite highly pigmented, so I'm enjoying using that, and hopefully I'm on track to finishing it this year because it is extremely, it's lovely, long deleted, but it's extremely old. Now moving on, I've got from L'Oreal the Balance and Brighten foundation in porcelain, and I use this really on a thin paddle type brush to set my eyeliner. So you can, I don't know if you can see the divot is there. It's difficult to show, but I don't know if I'll hit pan in that area, but that's where I'm up to. It's a bit too heavy to use as a finishing powder. I could do with a light, very light brush, but it is quite highly pigmented for a powder, but not that highly pigmented as for a foundation. So yeah, I'm getting steady use out of that one. Then for eyeliner, I have my Lord and Berry, and this is in bronze. It's quite a firm pencil, so it takes a lot to work through it. So here I'll show you, I think I put it in May, which is there, that's June, and that's July. So I did use it quite a lot because it is nice for summer. The other one I'm focusing on is a black, so I have been tending to use that. That is the colour I'll show you, and it's more of a darkish brown than a true metallic bronze, although it seems metallic at the end, it isn't really that metallic, but I'm enjoying using that one. Then I have second penultimate, my gel polish. Now I put this in last month because I'd finished up Artist Garden by Orly. So I've used this 3 or 4 times, but there's just no movement. And I think I had this in last month. So yeah, there's very little progress. It's a very big bottle, and I have used it about 4 times. I had it on, I've just taken my nail polish off actually, but if I put a marking, it's immediately below the last one, and it will just go into one big line. So I'm leaving it for now, but it is getting quite a bit of use. But I am also using some other, I'm sorry, I've got hair in my eye, some other colours as well that I want to use for summer. The final item is in this Zow palette, and it is my Urban Decay Naked Palette Book Eyeshadow. So I've got it in here. I use it over the lid, and then I'll put a shimmery topper on. I've been using it quite a bit, but not every day, because I'm trying to use up other eyeshadows as well, or at least show some love to my palettes that I choose every month or 6 weeks or so. So you can't see much use at all, but I rub my brush over the entirety of it. And what I will say, you can see some of the metal at the sides all the way around. So it was packed quite high. So I've had quite a bit of use, and I'm enjoying it, but it's very pigmented, so I only need a little. And what I do is I lay this down on the eye first, which isn't in my pan, but it's an off-white that was also in the, it wasn't it, that's from the Smoky palette, that one. So I'm using up a couple of the Urban Decay. So that's where I'm up to. So they're all the 15 items. At a guess, if I've got any for roll out, have I got any I might roll out next month? Let me have a look. That I think I might. Possibly the only one I can see that I might is this. because on the rate of progress this may be finished up by September, but really I've only got about 3 weeks because I'm a week late with this, so I'll see what I can do with that. Otherwise, I'm quite pleased with the progress. Let me know your thoughts down below, and can I say thank you very much for watching, as I do appreciate that your time is valuable. Hopefully I shall see you soon in another video, but otherwise hope you're enjoying the weather and the summer if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. Obviously if you're one of our Antipodean friends in the Australia or New Zealand area, it will be winter. But I hope that you're having a wonderful time, otherwise whatever you're doing, and hopefully I shall see you soon. But take care and bye for now.